welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe down below. So in less than 2 months, fall 2020 applications will most likely be dropping. I got in my first try for spring 2020 and I just wanted to share my list of application tips with y'all. I want to be like you. I want to walk like you, talk like you. I have a list of all of my tips down here on my computer, so let's just get started. Also, do not pay attention to this mess behind me. It is part of my packing for the DCP. Like, it's all in my suitcase. It is a mess. I'm working on organizing it today. It will be cleaned up. My camera battery is dying. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back with a new battery in my camera. Got my computer back. Number 1, so this is probably the most said tip, is to use keywords in your application such as guest, using the 4 keys. But in my opinion, I don't think you should just have them in there just to have them. Use them where they make sense. But like, for example, if you have a job where you're responsible for the safety of others or for yourself, just say, oh, safely do this. Ensure safety of others. It is not confirmed whether keywords actually help or not, but they can't hurt you if you use them where they belong. I used as many as I could where they fit, and I got my WBI within 30 minutes of applying. Number 2, it does not matter at all what time in the season you apply, whether you apply the first day or later on, but do keep in mind that some roles do fill up before the end of the season. So if you wanted like something such as photo pass, character attendant, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, those fill up earlier in the season. So if you want one of those roles, don't wait till the last week to apply. My friend applied. She wasn't really like 100%, yeah, I want to do the DCP. She only really wanted to do it if she got a role in entertainment, and she had already missed performer auditions. So she just applied for Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, character attendant, and photo pass, I'm pretty sure. And when she had her phone interview, she was told that all of those roles were full. And this was maybe like 2 weeks before applications were closed. I can't exactly remember when it was, but so just keep in mind that they do fill up. But as far as getting a WBI and phone interview, applying the first day versus a week after they drop does not matter. Number 3, if you know any alumni, have them look over your application, but don't change it for them. What I mean by that is they can look at grammar mistakes, spelling mistakes, making sure it all makes sense, but don't have them be like, oh, take that out. Oh, change that to this. You want it to be your application. They're not the ones applying. I mean, if they are, they can save that for their application. But this is your application. This is your time to shine. Make it your own. Number 4, fill out your work experience before applications drop. So what you can do is go to disneycollegeprogram.com and don't click the sign up, because that just has you put in your email and it'll send you a notification when applications do drop. Click on the already applied view dashboard and make a dashboard. Just do the view dashboard and then sign up or whatever it says, and make an account, and then from there you can fill out your work experience, your skills, everything. And it'll make it so much faster when applications do drop that you can just look over it. Make sure to double check it, because I found a mistake in mine that I fixed before actually submitting it. But look over it and then you can just hit enter and submit without having to spend your time writing out your work experience. Okay, this is probably the most important one. Do not compare your timeline to anybody else. Some people wait until the last week to get accepted. Some people get accepted in the first wave. What happens to other people does not indicate what is happening with your application. They could be waiting to figure out where to put you. They could be... Nobody knows how the application process actually works and how the selection process works. So do not compare yourself to others. So a bunch of my friends, most of us got accepted right after our phone interviews, like the next week or two. But my other friend who was in that group with us, it took a month to get accepted. But still ended up getting accepted with an amazing role, so that extra month meant nothing. Don't get too stressed about having to wait longer than others. Don't be like, oh, this person got accepted and I didn't, and my interview was before them, so I'm not getting accepted. That means nothing. Next one is, if you get NLIC'd, don't give up. It may just not be your season. My roommate applied, I think 4 or 5 times and finally got in. But this time she felt like it was the time for her to get in, and she got in. It could just be that you're not exactly what they need for that season. Disney has a big plan in mind, so if you get NLIC'd, don't be too broken up. You can always try again. And if it's like your last chance to apply, you've been out of college for a year, it's the last time, maybe that just means that you're meant for a full-time position with Disney, or that you're meant for something else. So the next tip is that if you feel like you don't have enough work experience, add some volunteer experience. After getting a new battery, my SD card was full. But anyways, so I had 3 real jobs, and the application has room for 5 work experiences. So to fill those other 2, I put in volunteer experiences, because that's still experience that Disney wants to see that you have. Even though it's not technically work experience that you're getting paid for, it's still something that you're doing that can help you get into the college program. And then one thing I did, you don't have to do this, but I feel like it helped me a lot, is I went through the job descriptions of the roles that I wanted and the ones that were the most similar to my work experience, and I just directly copied those words into my work experience. So I would like literally copy and paste, especially for attractions, because I've had an attractions job before. For merchandise, I did my retail job. So I feel like that helped a lot. Even if you don't want to directly copy, at least try to make the wording very similar. Alright, so these are the WBI tips. The first thing, do not stress out about being timed. A lot of people are like, oh my god, it's timed, I can't do this, I'm stressed out. You have enough time to read the question, think about it for a second, and answer it. You have plenty of time. I didn't get timed out on any questions. Super easy. The next WBI tip is to be very, very consistent. So there was one question about how, like, if a child hurt himself, which would you do out of these 4 things? And all 4 things were a correct answer, but the way that you answered that would come up in other questions. So like, for example, I said something that had to do with comforting the child. I don't remember exactly what it was, but for the other questions, I made sure that if it was a question with like all the answers seemed right, I chose the one that was most closely related to comforting people, helping others, and that sort of thing. One of the things that confuses people with the WBI is some of the wording. So one of the questions said, I am almost never late. My way of thinking of that is to just take out the word almost. Any sort of question like that, just take out the word almost, because that, they just throw that in to confuse you. So if you take out the word almost, it says I am never late. So that would be a correct response. My next tip for the WBI is tell the truth, don't lie. But remember that Disney is asking about your work life, not your personal life. They want to know how you are as an employee and not just hanging out at home, hanging out with your friends. For example, like in person, I can be kind of shy at first when I first get to meet you, until I get to know you. Then I get pretty outgoing. But at work, I'm just always super outgoing, super excited, super upbeat, energetic. So that's how I answer that question. Because Disney doesn't care what I'm like in my personal life. They want to know that at work, I'm going to be upbeat, energetic, out there, talking to people. Also, one common myth is to never put neutral. You can put neutral. I put it 5 times and still pass my WBI. One of the things though is don't put any agree or disagree. If you're going to go outside of the neutral, make sure it's strong. Disney wants to make sure that you are confident in your choices. You are just completely sure of what you're doing. So don't just put agree, put all the way to strong. Like, there were a couple questions where I didn't know how to answer them, so I just put neutral on them because neither of the options seemed like super strong to me. So I put neutral. Alright, so I think I am going to cut this video here and I will do phone interview tips in another video once it gets closer to application season. So good luck on your applications this season, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. See ya!